What just
What are we doing?
happened?
We don't have any content.
Should I start stripping now?
Why am I? Wait. Why is mine?
Should I start stripping now or
Joby,
now?
no, it's worse.
Wait,
Or
did
did I
you
lay
my
on?
video?
No, that's not an option, Joby.
He
Let's see
sounds
how
like
it
he's
goes,
in a
okay?
plane, like
Alright.
it's
Wait,
like
hold on,
going
me or
at
Joby?
1,000 feet in the air.
Hold on, who? Because if it's my audio, I can turn the fan
No,
off.
Joby. He sounds like he's in
Okay,
a
I thought so.
Joby, say
Okay.
something a pilot would say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight is going down. We're all going to die. Welcome to the podcast. Now, you may be wondering what kind of podcast this is. Well, won't you be in for a surprise? Because joining us today on our very special podcast, Brayden Keller.
Aha, 'tis I. I don't know why I always do this. Okay.
He's frozen.
Yeah, go on.
He entered another
Oh.
realm.
I did freeze. I don't know what
Yes,
happened, but okay.
the man that transcends realms and stops time.
We're not doing that over
Man.
again. We're too low, but
The Mexican man, Salinas.
Hello, that is me.
The man with multiple personalities, Joshua or Sean or Ethan.
What do you mean multiple personalities?
The man that
I
owns Ross, Dustin Ross.
I finished my milk and now I'm sad.
The man with, Aram.
Okay, Dustin,
And
now do the real intro.
finally, the
we
man
missed
that
Xavier.
And
Hold
finally,
on.
the man that owns the X-Men, Xavier.
Hello.
Yeah, Xavier.
And welcome to our podcast, where we talk about stupid things. And we discuss, contradict, and lastly, we...
So are we gonna keep that intro? That was a little bumpy.
I don't know. I think it was fine.
It was a
I think
good
it
Cut out
intro.
the last part. We're good as gold. Gump.
No, that comes after this. First, we must discuss
Okay.
the true debate of the century. And I think you know what that debate is, Simon, don't you?
Oh
Don't you know?
God. Oh yes.
I think
yes.
he knows. Okay.
Okay.
Simon, would you like to present your
The
case
debate.
first?
It will end here and now. There is a conflict that has been destroying our world for
The
centuries.
socioeconomic divide?
That conflict is based.
No, Aram, this is
No.
worse.
Racism?
No.
This is worse.
No. This is worse.
PewDiePie
When
versus
making a grilled cheese sandwich, does one use butter or mayonnaise? Mayonnaise. One uses mayonnaise. That's the answer.
Butter.
One does
No,
not
Without a
use
doubt,
butter.
butter.
It's
Butter.
mayonnaise.
What idiot would use mayonnaise?
What is wrong
Butter.
with
It's
you?
okay,
Butter.
Dustin.
The
Butter. What is
voices
wrong
of
with
the
you?
Fool! You're a fool!
This is a democracy,
topic issue.
children. Okay,
Butter.
it looks like everyone here is for butter.
If you want to use both, that is also fine. I will settle if
Oh,
one
No,
uses
no,
both.
I
No.
don't. No,
No.
No,
Put the-
no,
No.
no,
You
no.
put
I mean,
the
you're all
pan
doing
on
one
the
or the
stove.
other.
No, this has to be settled. This has to be settled.
Let the man
If not,
speak.
if not now, then when will it be settled?
Never. It will be an
Huh?
eternal conflict going through
Exactly.
the millions of
If
years
not for
from
us-
now. We will still be asking
For us.
what
If
is
not for
better,
our children.
the butter or the mayonnaise? It will never be solved.
This podcast can end this
If
conflict
not for
right
us,
here.
if not for
Alright.
our
Come on.
children, then for everyone else, we will end this.
You can use olive oil instead.
No.
I'm sorry,
no,
Joshua. I'm
Joshua,
sorry. Did
no,
I just
Joshua,
hear someone
no,
say olive
no.
oil? Joshua,
Yep.
Joshua, was that you that said olive oil on a grilled cheese? So you're telling me, okay, picture this. You take a piece of bread. You're like, oh, I'm gonna make a grilled cheese. You just kind of brush some oil on there, perhaps trickle the oil, and then you take a hot pan and you just slap the oiled bread into the pan. and then like a psychopath, you take a piece of cheese and then just kind of crown the bread.
that-
with
I've found a recipe for grilled cheese with mayonnaise. Okay.
What is wrong with you?
This is. It calls for 2 slices of bread, 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter.
Class, what have we learned? Here we have mayo. Here we have a grilled cheese. Notice how they're not together.
Come to a conclusion. It took us 20 minutes. Mayonnaise
Yes.
and grilled cheese should never interact.
Good
in any
conclusion.
capacity
Good conclusion.
At all.
I like this conclusion.
All right,
Let's move on
podcast
to the
over.
next thing on the dock. What's next on the dock, boys?
There's more?
I don't know.
Simon has a talent he wants to share with everyone.
For a reason that is unknown, I have memorized all of Forrest's lines in Forrest Gump.
Really?
Was it for the Lenny
If you want,
Please tell.
Please give
Maybe.
us a taste of this. Don't
a taste? Just a taste? Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, if I do remember correctly, the movie starts. There's a feather flying around, and it may be in front of a school or a church. I don't know, but the building has a bell, and then it flows around, and then it goes to a bench. Forrest is walking. He sits on the bench next to a nurse. He says, "Hello, my name is Forrest Gump.
That was like
Do
all
you want a chocolate? Do you want a chocolate? I could eat about 1.5 million of these if I could. Mama always said life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Those must be comfortable shoes. I bet you could walk all day in shoes like that and not feel a thing. I wish I had shoes like that. Mama says there's an awful lot you can tell about a person just by looking at their shoes, where they going, where they been. I worn lots of shoes. I bet if I think real hard about it, I could remember my first pair of shoes." And then he closes his eyes real tight. It cuts the little boy Forrest. And then from now on, Forrest is like narrating in a disembodied voice, and he said, "Mama said they'd take me anywhere." And then little boy Forrest, No, it's still voice Forrest. It's still voice Forrest. And then he says, she said they was my magic shoes, and the doctor talks for a while. And then the Forrest says again, "Now, when I was a baby, Mama named me after the great Civil War hero, General
Can I just say,
Nathan."
the other day, I'm just going to interrupt real quick, I listened to this for at least 20 to 30 minutes as I made a grilled cheese. Just him saying all of Forrest Gump's lines from the movie Forrest Gump. Just that's all I heard for quite a bit of time.
That's great and all,
That-
but you started a cult with this knowledge.
Well, I mean, we already have
Believe it or
one
not,
going. So
I have started a cult with B movie. I mean, not B movie, Shrek.
Oh yeah, I remember
Tell
the
the
cult.
story.
I
Tell
Jobe
me.
remember
was
it.
part of this. I got probably a good 20, maybe 30 people to join this
yeah.
cult.
But wasn't this all in like a VR chat room
It
thing?
was in VR, yes. And he started saying how Shrek will one day come for us, and we must be his loyal followers in order to succeed in the future. It was called the Shrekkening. Join the Shrekkening before the reckoning. Jobe took the reins and began making a speech about the coming of me.
Mm-hmm. And how we should be loyal until you came back.
Which I did a while later, but unfortunately.
Did you come down from the mountain with the 10 Shrek commandments and everybody's already started worshiping the B movie?
Yeah.
Playing jazz.
I tried that actually. I tried converting those to the B movie and joining in the words of Barry B. Benson. However, that didn't fly so well.
Yeah, it
I
didn't.
couldn't get a whole lot of people. I got into a full debate explaining to someone how great of a movie the B movie is, and he converted.
That's really hard because the B movie is not a good movie.
It was at this moment that he knew.
He
Hey,
The
screw
meme
you all.
movie is
Hey,
not
hey,
a
hey,
good
hey,
movie.
No, we're
You
not
need
going
to
to
open
start
your
this
eyes.
again.
It's
Kick
We're
him
not
not
a good
going to
movie.
Kick him out of
start
here.
this again.
If you forget
God.
about all the memes and you look at it from like a critic's point of view, it's not a good
It's
movie.
great.
It is
It's
a
a
great
movie.
movie. What's wrong with you?
About a
Technically,
bee.
it is not that good of a movie, but when you look at the story and just how much of a community it made, it could be considered one of the best movies.
Drama that's gonna kickstart our whole careers. He's gonna make a call out video and we have to make an apology video.
Wow.
There's no audio.
Still, are you goddamn kidding me?
You
Forgot to click the share computer audio.
Did
Now I'm
not
only
work
doing
out.
sound. I should play Getting Over with.
Let's play Getting Over.
Can we appreciate at the top it just says fat.jpg?
Whose screen is
Play
this?
Getting Over,
Maybe.
boys.
Is this
You're
Dustin?
just progressively getting more and more stuff to edit. Xavier just said, are we going to talk about Chiaps at all?
First of all, it's been great. Quarantine has been a time of self-discovery. It's been real
No.
amazing. Thanks. I don't know how long I could have kept that up.
Explain quarantines. Let's see.
I don't want to give like too much away to anyone who may or may not
what's
be
the
watching.
general idea?
It may or may not be canon to Chiaps. I don't know. If we are going to make it canon, then maybe it should have something to do with the fact that each dyad is within the same universe or something. Or it could just be something to be like, hey, quarantine sucks. Hang in there or something like that.
No, that's
No,
boring.
Isn't that what this
that's
is?
boring.
Get a good, foldable microphone. Pop on some sunglasses, kind of tuck the hair back a little bit, and
Mhm.
begin singing "Never Gonna Let You Up" or "Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down" by Rick Astley.
Aram, no!
No.
No, Aram, it's okay, Aram. We forgive you. For everyone that's
Yeah,
maybe
I haven't
watching
really
us.
thought of what I'm going to do.
In
I haven't
the
really thought what I'm going to do about it. Yeah.
of the angels.
You know, I might.
Fly away.
I was thinking a 90s classic. You know, Black Madonna by Cage the Elephant. They're a pretty good group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wonder what we could
I was
do?
thinking about singing a Joji song.
You know what we
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe.
I got
Well,
I mean,
what
it
is
did
it,
say
Dustin?
when I was a
a
young
young
boy,
boy
My
Stop.
there
took
took
me
took
me
me
into the
into the
city.
city
What?
to
See
see
a
a
marching
marching band.
He
He
said,
said,
Son,
son, when
you
grow
grow
you
up,
grow up,
would you
would
be
you be
the
the
savior
savior
of
of
the
the
The broken.
broken?
reason and the
The dead
damned?
and the
damned.
damned.
Okay.
He
no more.
said, will you defeat them,
Defeat
your
them.
demons,
Your
Your
demons
demons,
and
and
all
and all
them
the
non-believers.
the
non-believers,
The
plans that
plans
the
they
that
plans
have
they
that
have
made.
they have
made.
made.
Because one
Because
Because
day
one
I'll
one
day
leave
I'll
you,
day
leave you,
I'll
a
leave
phantom,
you
phantom,
a
to
to
phantom
lead
save
you
you
Started
in
in the
the
in the
summer,
summer,
summer
to
to
join the
to
join
join
the
bride
the
bride
bride
parade.
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 I don't want
Sometimes I get the feeling she's
She's
watching
watching
over
over
me,
For
me,
me,
And
and
other
and
other
other
times
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 I
I
I
feel
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 like
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 I
I
should
should
I
go.
go.
should
when
go.
all rise and fall.
Present all the bodies in the
They hit
streets,
the
and
streets.
when you're gone, we want you all to know.
We'll
No.
Carry
Carry
on.
on.
we'll carry on.
So what's something to talk about, kids? Let's transition back into a podcast.
I think we should talk about the one thing that at one point we will all be known for, our senior quotes. Jobe already
Yeah,
has
well-
his.
Yeah.
Let's go over some senior quotes. Joby, what you got for us?
Okay, I got if there is no one that comes from the future to stop you, then how bad of a decision is it really?
So that's a solid one. That's a very solid quote. Simon.
Okay. This I'm thinking about this one. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the damn lemons back. Get mad.
Okay. Anyone
God.
else hearing this?
Yes.
Any ideas? I'm thinking my senior quote, just one little nugget, one possibility is once I said sidewalk too much, and I got to the point that I was amazed by how sidewalk was named sidewalk because you walk by the side of the road, as in the name walk to the side in the name sidewalk. Like that's just a very literal meaning for an object. So that's the closest thing I got right now.
Hey, is it just me, or does Jared Leto kind of look like Jesus?
He
I don't
kind of
really
does.
know that much about Jared Leto, but I would probably
Look up a damn picture of him. He looks like Jesus.
Let
Or look up the Morbius cast. The picture he has for the Morbius cast looks like Jesus.
Ooh, he does.
Oh, he a little bit.
Noted.
A little bit. Be surprised if that man wasn't Jesus.
Like people are saying Kim Jong-un died.
Are
What?
Did
you
you hear about that?
sure?
Yeah, that's what
are
people
there
are
even
saying.
that many cases in North Korea? Wait, from Corona or just like in general?
No, from like a heart disease.
Let's hop on the web. Let's do some web searching.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Xavier says it was released by some Japanese news station. The information is most likely collected by the friends of the doctors who worked on him. Yeah, no proof. Okay. I mean, I don't. I think,
Okay, it wouldn't be too far-fetched because his father also had some sort of heart disease that may or may not have been genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died. But I mean, who would his successor be? Has he even picked one?
I don't know.
He doesn't have
I don't
any
think so.
children. Last time I checked.
That's
Well,
true.
I never even did check, honestly.
I actually
Oh.
think he does have a daughter.
How old is she?
Why?
We're all gonna get taken out by the North Korean government now.
She was born in 2013, so
She's like the same age as. She's the same age as my brother. Then she's the same age as my little brother. Then
Jobe is. Oh no.
imagine
God.
how like weird it would be if like 20 years from now it turns out I'm dating like the North like Kim Jong-un's daughter. It just turns out I'm dating
You're
Kim
dating
Jong-un's
Kim
daughter.
Jong-un?
Well, because then that would mean when Kim Jong-un dies, you would then become the dictator of North Korea.
No, it would be her.
he also has two
It would be
sons.
her.
He has two sons.
Oh, damn it. I wanted Jobe
Yeah.
to be the North Korean leader. Jobe, if you were the leader of North Korea, we would
No.
all be in trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
we
two
would.
sons.
Like, every country would be looking for a way to assassinate you. I can almost guarantee that.
I don't doubt that I would be the one to start like World War III.
Oh, yeah. No, you would 100%, just
As
like your
as
second
first
day.
as first act of the new American president, I turn America into a dictatorship.
Jeez.
And as second act, I
Dustin,
declare
he's back.
war.
Jeez.
I declare war on Canada.
I declare war on Canada, Atlantis. Just imagine if like the next leader of North Korea is just like a really bad dictator. Like they try desperately to become like a cruel dictator, but they just fail miserably at it. They're trying desperately to like make North Korea even worse and even more cruel, but they suck at it.
It's just something
They
like,
have,
I
like,
poisoned the water supply. Well, actually, when you did that, we figured out that actually all the funds were being embezzled, so we had a major money bust. So thank you for bringing that to our attention. And the poison you put in only causes mild diarrhea, but is actually a great source of vitamin C.
We need to kill some people, show our power, take out ISIS.
They have a bunch of leftover ice from a party, and it says like, hey, take out the ice. And they're just like, oh, yes. 2 days later, turns out all of ISIS has been destroyed. And it's just like, I didn't order this. I thought you did, sir.
Poor Aram. Aram is gonna have to just like search through this for anything that can possibly be content.
Disney's going to adapt Hamilton into a movie, which is
No.
cute.
No.
I am Alexander Hamilton. Oh, wait. But you know what needs to die? Despicable Me.
Yes.
It needs to die.
The
First one was good. The second one, it was there. Then the third one,
And the
then
writers-
Minions, and now this, the new one.
Wait,
And the
what's the new
writers-
one?
It's
Minions
Origins
Rise of Gru.
But if it wasn't for, if I have this correct, if it wasn't for Despicable Me, we would have Megamind. Because I'm pretty sure Despicable Me outshined Megamind. Even though Megamind is...
Honestly, Megamind was awesome. Megamind is one of his hands down, my favorite animated movie.
Hey, what about Monsters vs. Aliens?
That is also art.
Oh God.
I find that all the animated movies I like are from DreamWorks. Like, DreamWorks makes amazing movies.
And I hate,
Except for
I hate
Trolls.
Illumination.
We can forget
hate
about
Illumination.
that one.
Like, I hate Secret Life of Pets. I didn't even bother with the second one. I hate it. I despise it.
The second one was really bad. It didn't even have a solid story. It had so many side plots crammed together that for some
Pixar
reason
makes
the
just
end.
the money
decent
grab.
movies, though.
Yeah.
The idea
Yeah.
is not to make a good movie. It's simply to milk off those extra pennies from Karens. Sonic is the movie that broke the video game curse. Simply because people who actually care about the game and basically people who cared about the game wrote the movie, and lo and behold,
Yeah.
I know.
Wasn't there?
that's the key to
so many
breaking the video
films
game
that
movie
did not
curse.
do it, that just
Hire
didn't do it.
people that actually give a shit.
Wait.
Hire people that actually give a shit. Yeah.
You think this guy looks at Sonic and says, "Unios asti sistemo"?
What?
No.
What's your guys' like favorite like horror film?
Killer Clowns
Favorite
from Outer
horror
Space.
film?
Yeah.
I'd probably say Trick or Treat, but I bet I can think of something better that I actually like.
I think the Halloween
Oh,
series is pretty good.
I'd have to go with like almost any Alien versus Predator,
You know what it
Oh
is?
yeah, I like those.
and also The Thing. The Thing
Gremlins.
was amazing.
What are some old classic movies that need sequels?
Oh, let
Killer
me
Clowns
think.
from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Gremlins is getting another film.
Yeah.
Gremlins has
Gremlins?
already gotten like 3 films.
He got 2. The second one was
Sure.
not great. Third one I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's gonna ignore the second one. It's just gonna be a sequel to Gremlins.
That's good.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
because Gremlins 2 was poopy.
What about
Yes,
It?
yes.
Both It movies.
What about them?
They were
The
great.
newer
right?
ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
I liked them.
The second one, I didn't like the ending so much, but it was so good.
There was no interdimensional turtle. Like, that's what made me mad. In the book, it was an interdimensional turtle that told him to use the ritual of Chud,
Yeah.
but there was no interdimensional turtle
And there was
in the
a
movie.
lot it didn't explain, like the whole like putting things in the fire.
But you guys are
When
still
they did
going?
that, they're supposed to let go, but they didn't even
Yeah,
talk about
we're kind of wrapping it up.
Okay, outro. Outro time.
Okay.
This has been
Now,
Chiaps.
everybody,
We are now just crumbs instead of Chiaps.
the
This is
bag of
bottom the
Chiaps is
bag,
empty.
everyone.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. The bag of Chiaps is empty, and as our time grows smaller, it has been the end. This is the end of CrunchCast 1.